Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a full face first impressions of Colourpop, all Colourpop makeup apart from foundation, mascara, and I think that's it. Oh, and face powder as well. And most of the things, well, I think all of the things impressed me, and yeah, if you want to see my first impressions and my opinion on all this stuff, then keep on watching. So today I thought I'd mix it up with the background. I've got the scenery behind me and also you can see my box light, but whatever. I thought it's too nice weather to hide it with my black curtains, so I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. So like I said in the intro, I'm going to be testing out the new Colourpop makeup I have bought. So the first thing I'm going to use, I haven't got anything on my face at the moment besides from moisturiser, because obviously Colourpop doesn't supply moisturiser. I'm going to be using the Colourpop priming spray. This is the rose one. Just looks like this. It's in a glass bottle, which is lovely. I haven't sprayed this yet, I'll spray it. The mist is nice and the smell is, I wouldn't say it smells heavily like roses, but it smells nice. So I'm just going to spritz that over my face. Okay, so it's nice, it's quite wet, but it's only a primer, and I'm just going to fan that into my skin. Okay, so this spray, it sprays quite a lot on my face, but it's not dried down yet, but it feels like it's going to be a little bit tacky, which is good for a primer, obviously. The scent was not too empowering, and I can't really smell it right now, even though it's on my face. Now I'm going to just apply foundation, because obviously Colourpop doesn't have a foundation. I'm going to apply the Revolution Stick Foundation in the shade F7, which is a little bit dark for me. It's the only shade they had, but I am going to get more shades of this, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've applied the foundation. It actually applied on top of that priming spray really well. I really like this foundation anyway, so I thought I'd use a foundation that I enjoy so I can give it the best benefit. It applied really nicely and really recommend this foundation. Okay, so next is something really exciting, and I've been wanting to try this for ages. It's the No Filter Concealer. I have the shade Light 10, which I did order Light 05, but they've changed all the shade range, so I don't know why they sent me this one, but yeah, I hope it's not going to be too dark, but we'll see. So I'm just going to apply that under my eyes like I would any other concealer. This concealer I've heard is meant to be like the Tarte Shape Tape, but a lot more hydrating and like full coverage like that concealer. It reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer because of the application and how much you can get out of the one application. Okay, so I've heard that it oxidizes quite a bit, and I believe it's doing so right now. It's just a pain in the ass for me because I love a bright under eye, but we're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, so I can definitely see it oxidizing as we speak, but that's something we'll have to deal with. So I've just applied it to the areas I normally conceal, and I'm just going to blend that out with a sponge. Okay, so I've blended that out and it blended out so nicely. It looks like a hydrating concealer under the eyes, and it blended nicely around my face, which is lovely. I really like how it's turned out. It's like it's full coverage and lightweight, which is great. Next, to set it, I'm going to just use my everyday powder because they don't have a face powder yet, so I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte, which I need to get a new one. I believe I bought a new one, but... Okay, so I'm just going to apply it with like a little brush at first and just set under the eyes. And then I'm going to set my lids. I always get fine lines on my forehead, so I'm blending them out first. I need to stop frowning so much. Because then I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just set the rest of my face. Okay, so I have to say I love this concealer so far. Even though it did oxidize, I don't think it's too dark under my eyes, so I think I can use that every day. Okay, so next I'm going to do my eyebrows. I've had this product actually for quite a long time. It's the Colourpop brow colour. It's like the pomade, and it comes in a little pot like this, and it just looks like this. As you can see, I haven't touched it. I think I haven't used it yet because I used the pencil and I got the shade Bangin' Brunette, and the pencil was way too warm for my eyebrows, so it's made me not want to use this. But obviously, because I'm doing a full face of Colourpop makeup and I haven't tried this yet, I thought I'd give it a go. So I'm just going to use my normal eyebrow brush. Okay, so there probably won't be a lot of talking in this part, only because I'm doing my eyebrows and I'm going to put some music on. Okay, so I've done one eyebrow so far. You can tell a big difference. These are actually quite dramatic for like everyday or whatever. I'd normally do this type of brow when I'm going out. I need to dye my eyebrows. It is a lot warmer than I'm normally used to, but I think it looks good. The pigmentation is on point. The creaminess of it is really nice. It's really easy to blend and like lighten in the inner part. But I'm just going to do the other eye and I'll be back. So I actually really like this product. I just wish it was a tad bit on the cooler side, but it's so like light brown, not light brown, like a warm brown, but I think it looks good. It does look good. But my hair is more of like a dark kind of cool tone brown with a little bit of warmth in it, but let me know what you think. So next I'm going to use the concealer to carve out just under my eyebrows for now, because I actually want to use one of the brushes. This is the E11, and it's just a flat brush, which I thought would be great for carving out the eyebrows. I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer and place that under the eyebrows. Okay, that was really easy to carve out. The brush is stiffer than I thought it was going to be, but it works out quite well. Next I'm going to be using the Pressed Powder Face Bronzer. I got the shade In It to Win It, which I'm not sure if it's going to be too dark for my skin tone. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. I've just got the pan version. This is what it looks like. I'm going to use a little bit at a time, and I should zoom out. I'm going to zoom out a second. Okay, so I got a little bit on the brush, because I like to build my bronzer up. It's quite warm, but that's alright for bronzer, I suppose. So it's not overly pigmented, which I really enjoy, because like I said, I do like building my bronzers up, because if you're going to get a really pigmented bronzer and go in just one time and it's really pigmented, it's hard to blend out. It's easy to blend out and easy to apply where you want it. Okay, so I think that was actually really nice. I don't think it's too dark for my skin tone because I applied it little by little. Next, I'm going to go in with blusher. Okay, so I'm going to go in with blusher. I haven't worn blush in so long. This is the Pressed Powder Cheek Blush. It's just the pan form again, and I got the shade To The 10, which is like a pinky peach shade. It looks more pink in the pan, but when I swatched it, it was more like a peachy pink. So I'm just gonna, wow, okay, that is pigmented. And I only applied a little bit. Okay, so you need a light hand with this. I normally do go in with a light hand, but I don't know why I picked up more product than that. But yeah, light hand goes a very long way. If you love blush, then this is going to be great. Again, the pigmentation is really nice. It's not too much, but obviously blush is going to stand out a little bit more because it's on your cheeks. I love the shade. It's like a pinky peach. Yeah, I love that. It's great. And I never hardly wear blush, but I love that. I was going to use this primer as a setting spray, and I normally go in with setting spray after this, but I don't know if I should because it was quite wet and I don't want to ruin my makeup, so I might just leave it and just not set my face. So next I got the Pressed Powder Face Highlighter in the shade, which I butchered in my haul video. By the way, if you haven't seen my haul video of all the products I bought from Colourpop, I'll link it up in the eye by here. I believe it's on this side, or it might be on this side. I can't remember. This is Essel Bus Clay. Different language, obviously. This is the lightest highlight they have, and I think I should have got a darker one, but I'm quite pale at the moment, so we shall see how it goes. Okay, that is definitely white, and I only put my brush in a little bit. Okay, so I think that is a really nice shade for my skin tone at the moment. If you are paler than me, this would look great, but if you are slightly deeper than my skin tone, or deeper in general, I don't think this would work for you, because obviously it's quite a icy white shade. I'm going to apply quite a bit because I want to see how this builds. I think this summer is going to be the summer I'm going to get into blush, which I want to do, because I think blush just adds something to your face. But I've always been skeptical about blush because I blush in general anyway, like naturally, so I'm always scared to apply blush. I am absolutely loving my skin. That highlighter is on another level. I love it. Like I said, because it's so light, it's for the fair to light skin tones. These three, the bronzer, blush and highlight, all were amazing, and I definitely buy more shades or use again. Okay, so that is the skin done, I believe. Yes. Now is onto eyes. Now I'm excited for this. I'm just going to zoom in again. So I have two eyeshadow palettes that are new. I have I Think I Love You and Double Entender. They both have 12 shades. They're kind of similar palettes, but one has more mattes, one has more shimmers. So this one is Double Entender, and then this one is I Think I Love You. So you can see the similarities. This one's a little bit more warm tones, and this is a little bit more like paler tones. And this one has more shimmers, and Double Entender has more mattes. So I think I'm going to use a mix of both, just because why not? But I also have something else I'm going to apply to my eyelids, which you'll see in a second. Like I said in my haul video, I have tried the pressed eyeshadows before. I have a good amount of them, which I've bought in the past, but I haven't tried the ones from the eyeshadow palettes, so I'm excited to use these. Okay, so for my transition shade, actually first I'm gonna right now, I get confused with the names. I believe it's how you're looking at it, and then you turn it around. So I'm going to use the shade, to set my lid, I'm going to use the shade Rowdy, which is this shade here. It's just a pale shade. Just use that all over the lid up to my brow. I'm going to go in Double Entender, and I'm going to go in with the shade Nip Slip. These are very interesting names, I like it. Which is just a transition shade. Wow, these are quite pigmented. I haven't used Colourpop eyeshadows in a while, so this is kind of like a first impression anyway. I can't remember. These are so easy to blend out and nice for crease. This is a nice crease shade. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much on the eyes, but I'm obviously going to try and test out the shades. Next I'm dipping in back into I Think I Love You, and I'm going to go for the shade My Type, which is this deep brown shade, and on the same brush I'm going to take a small amount, and I'm just going to pat this on the outer corner and slightly bring it into my crease. Okay, this is actually really pigmented. Okay, so back into the crease shade we use, which is Nip Slip. I'm going to pat that on my brush and just put that on the lower lash line. By the way, I'm just using the same brush for all of these shades so far. Okay, so to highlight my inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to apply this shade, which is called Flasher, which is this one here. It's like a shimmery shade. Okay, so I really enjoyed the eyeshadow. It blended really nicely and the pigmentation is on point. Next I have a different product for me. This is one of the Supernova shadows. It's like the Stila Magnificent eyeshadow cream things. This is in the shade Walk of Fame. I swatched this and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's more of a bronzy shade than I thought it was going to be, but it's still stunning. So that's what it looks like in the tube. And then it just has a applicator like this. So I'm just going to apply this directly onto my eyelid and see where it gets me. So I love how they look so wet and pigmented. I actually love the shade. I think it looks gorgeous. I'm just going to get that blending brush and just blend them into each other. Okay, I absolutely love that. It looks so gorgeous. So that's the eyes. I've also got a jet cream gel liner, which is just a pencil liner from Colourpop in the shade Honeydew, and I'm just going to apply that in my lower lash line. Okay, so that is the eyes. So the eyeshadow palettes were absolutely amazing. They blended so nicely. The pigmentation was amazing. The Supernova shadow cream thing was amazing. I would definitely get a load more of these. They were just so easy to apply, and I thought that they wouldn't blend into the eyeshadow very well, but it actually looks quite amazing. So I definitely recommend these. I'm definitely going to be getting my hands on some more shades. Now onto lips. I've already used the lip pencils before, or lippy pencils. I'm going to be using the shade BFF, which is quite a nude shade. And I'm just going to outline my lips. Like I said, I've used these before, but I thought I'd use them anyway because I always line my lips. Okay, so that is the lip liner done. These are so creamy, and again, definitely recommend. Okay, so next is definitely a new product to me. This is their new Luxe lipsticks, and I bought 3 of these. I bought Pinkies Up, Appy and Boy. I'm going to use the shade Appy today because it's a nude, but it's not as nude as Boy that I bought, which I believe is their nude shade, like very pale nude. I love the packaging. It's like a rose gold packaging with stars on it, and also the bullet has stars on it too, which I thought was gorgeous. And this is the shade. If you want to see swatches and all that, then go ahead to my Colourpop haul, which I show you swatches, but also you're going to see this shade on my lips now. Okay, so that was so easy to apply. It's really creamy and I love it. They are so pigmented as well. Okay, so I just applied mascara because I completely forgot. I'm not going to add false eyelashes today because obviously Colourpop doesn't have them on their website. So next I'm going to go on to back to brows, which I completely forgot I had. It's the Brow Boss Gel. It's just a clear gel for your eyebrows. I've been wanting to get my hands on this forever. And I love how small the applicator is. It's so easy to apply. Okay, so this was really easy. Normally I use the Maybelline Brow Drama, which has like a tint to it, and it's so easy to get it on your skin. But this clear one and the small applicator, spoolie bit, was so easy to get precise on the eyebrows. And yeah, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. I can still move my eyebrows. Yeah, really recommend that. Okay, so last but not least is the Ultra Glossy Lip. Now I have tried their glossy lips before, but this is one of their new, I wouldn't say it's metallic gloss, but it's like a Jouard, whatever, cosmetics lip topper. But this is in the shade Finesse, and it is just a glittery clear white gloss with like pink and blue reflex to it. I hope I don't get the lipstick too much on the applicator, but okay, so their glosses do not feel sticky. To me it just looks like a clear gloss at the moment. Maybe in like photos and like if I just had it on my lips without lipstick, maybe it would show more. I like it anyway. It's not a sticky gloss, which I appreciate. And yeah, that is it. Okay, so that is my full face of Colourpop makeup. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know other brands you would like to see me do a full face of first impressions on. I'd love to hear your recommendations. I really enjoyed filming this video. I like testing new products, and who doesn't? Well, who doesn't? Make sure you thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. And make sure you do subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me, and it would help you know if I do more testing videos. I love it to the moon and back. Bye guys.